I just want to take the time to show you some of my favorite crepe myrtles, which is about 50 of them. No, not really, but I mean, there's so many beautiful colors and everything in them, but I try to boil them down to my favorites, and it's difficult, but this is Acoma Crapemyrtle here, and Acoma is actually a Farii crepe myrtle, not an indica, which means that it's a little bit more cold hardy for our area, and it means that its blooming habits are a little bit different, but you can see July the 18th here, and check it out. I mean, just loads up. Acoma Crapemyrtle, it's going to be one of those, it'll get about 15 feet tall and about that big of a spread on it, and just a fabulously beautiful white crepe myrtle, one of my favorites, and still going to stay in the favorite category for sure. Another one of my favorite crepe myrtles is Burgundy Cotton, and it gets the name Burgundy Cotton from your burgundy color on the stems, the darker color in the leaves, and of course the cottony looking bloom on it. But look at the size of these blooms and everything here on Burgundy Cotton. This one's actually a little bit more spent. This is more of a fresh bloom, but look at that pretty color in this plant. This would be considered an intermediate size crepe myrtle, but obviously got a lot of uses for a plant like this, Burgundy Cotton. Another one of my favorites is Double Feature, and Double Feature gets its name from the color of the foliage on the plant, which is more of a darker colored foliage. Once again, the stems are a little bit darker in color, but then of course the bloom of Double Feature, which I think is about as pure of a crimson color as you can get. But Double Feature is one of these that's going to grow in your 5 to 6 foot range. This one here is about grown up, and it's just now really starting to set blooms. You can see all these new buds that it has right here. And crepe myrtles were a little bit later blooming this year for the most part, but Double Feature is always a great crepe myrtle to put in areas where, you know, they don't have to get big. Another one of my favorites is Rhapsody in Pink, for the pink size in the intermediate range. Once again, the cultivars bred with a little bit darker foliage on them, and but that really a unique pink color, kind of pinkish white. But Rhapsody in Pink also is another great size crepe myrtle to grow here in our area, and one of my favorites. I really like Rhapsody in Pink. And then once again, this is another Burgundy Cotton right here. That's growing out here. You can tell I like Burgundy Cotton. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as blooms are concerned, I mean, it's hard to beat showing up in the landscape any more than white. I mean, it definitely jumps right out at you. But this is just another separate Burgundy Cotton plant here. This crepe myrtle called Ebony Flame is going to be more in your dwarf variety of crepe myrtles, and you can see that it's really compact. It's got a really dark colored leaf on it, and that's the ebony side of the name. And then the flame obviously comes from the red, but this is really a true red crepe myrtle, which is unique because of its foliage characteristics and everything. But Ebony Flame is another really attractive plant to go, you know, anywhere in the landscape. So this is Ebony Flame. Dynamite Crapemyrtle is also one of your intermediate to larger size growing plants, 10 to 15 feet tall. So it's going to get fairly good size, but very, very popular right now. And as you can see in the color and the size of how it likes to grow. And it actually comes out with a little bit of a pink bloom on it that turns red. So it's kind of a bicolored crepe myrtle in lots of senses and everything, and just really is an interesting color pattern in the landscape. But another one of my favorites has got to be Dynamite. This is a beautiful plant, and you can see it's getting ready to really come on here.